Hi everyone, it's Jill Foster here for Penny Black, and this is the second in our video of From Stamp to Stunning. And I'm featuring how to create a stunning almost one layer card in 3 easy steps. So the first step is just to stamp and add color. So the stamp that we're using today is our Winter Trees stamp set, and we're actually going to do our watercoloring sort of an easy way out. So I'm going to begin. I'm working on Bristol smooth paper, and I've got handy a cup of water and our penny black brush set, but we're going to do our watercolor sort of by just putting our inks and paints right onto our stamp. So I've inked the stamp with Distress ink, and I'll have all of the exact colors listed for you below. Then I misted it, and then I'm just blending out any of those puddles that I have on using a paintbrush and water. It's mostly a dry paintbrush. If there's puddles, that helps sort of lift up some of that color. Then I dried off my stamp. I re-inked it with the bundled sage, and then I also added the forest moss distress ink on there and stamped it again, just going back and blending it a little bit with my paintbrush and some water to give it a watercolor look. So if you want the look of a hand-painted watercolor tree, this works really well. This technique in a stamp positioning tool works really well because it's a silhouette style stamp. So you can put all of that color just right onto the stamp itself. So now I'm just going to move that stamp and slide it down and layer it up. So that's another fun thing you can do with these is you can layer up the stamps. You can mix and match the different stamps in the set. So I'm inking the entire thing with bundled sage distress ink, misted it with water, and have my paintbrush handy to just sort of blend out any blobs. And the more you mist, the looser the look of the watercolor will be. The less you mist, the more tight and exact and detailed it will be. So again, I put that bundled sage on there and a little bit of forest moss distress ink towards the center of the tree. I felt like I got a little bit of a line, so I'm just adding a little more forest moss to even things out. That is the benefit of using a stamp positioning tool. You can always keep going back and fixing up what you are doing. But very quickly there, we have these gorgeous watercolor trees, and it's just so fun. It's kind of addictive process. This is another tree from that same Winter Trees set, and I am inking this one up. I'm using Faded Jeans as my sort of light color, and then adding a little bit of chipped sapphire towards the center of the tree. And I misted it with water and stamped it down. Again, this is on Bristol smooth paper. That is the trick to this technique, is using that Bristol paper because it allows you to go back and blend and mix on that paper after you've stamped. You also want to use a water soluble ink that you are putting onto your stamp, and that way you can mist it, and that water soluble ink wants to blend and play around with the water. So I went ahead and dried that, and I'm going to just use that same stamp and shift it over. This time I want to keep it pretty light. So I am inking that up with the Faded Jeans, and I misted it and had my paintbrush there if I needed to blend or just sort of pick up any of the little puddles, and that's it. So I did not put the chipped sapphire distress ink on these other ones, just that sort of main focal point tree. You can see I am shifting that stamp, so moving it up higher on the card, then it looks like a taller tree, moving it down lower, and that just gives variety even though I'm using the same stamp from the set. These make really great cards for really any time of year. Just you can switch up your sentiment to suit your purposes. So definitely could be for Christmas. You could put a thank you on there for thank you cards after the holidays, birthday on there. You could also use them in the add sort of a camping vibe with these. So you just can't go wrong with this. And I have to say, I think this might be one of my favorite sort of winter tree sets from Penny Black. I love the styles of the trees and the sizes of them. So next we are just going to pick up a little bit. This is chocolate ink from our liquid watercolor inks, just to add some color to the trunks here. You could also just use a marker to paint that in, but I just wanted to finish that up. You could also just leave it as it is, but I wanted it to look fully painted, so I'm just going to paint that in with that chocolate liquid watercolor ink. And I will have a list of everything that I'm using down in that YouTube description box. Also a link to our blog post where we show each individual card and the products used on it. So step 2 is to do some background stenciling. So I've pulled out a stencil from our background basic stencil set. It's a really comprehensive stencil set that's perfect for this technique. And I just wanted to give this sort of a grid background to just add some interest, and I am inking this using that Faded Jeans Distress ink, using an ink blending tool and a foam pad. I'm sort of starting off of the edge of the stencil and working my way on, but I'm not completely covering everything, focusing mostly on the corners, and I won't do a lot right over the trees. I want to keep their color pure as it was stamped. You can see just darkening it up a little bit more there towards the corners, and it'll be lighter as it moves in towards the center. So I will peel up the stencil, and that is always so fun to reveal, and you can see already this one layer card is getting a nice finished look. So I grabbed a different stencil from that same stencil set, and I did that on the other card with the blue trees using Memento Toffee Crunch ink, and there is the finished look. Now in our 3-step process, step 3 is to add some subtle tone-on-tone background stamping, but I wanted to show you an alternative for that today. If you're making winter cards, you can also just add some snowflakes. So I've stamped my sentiment. I'm squeezing out just a little bit of just cheap white acrylic paint from Walmart, and I'm picking that up with a paintbrush, and I am just adding the snowflakes in the air. Now you could certainly splatter this, and I just like the control that this offers. I've had splattering go wrong in the past, so this is actually super fast, and you can just randomly add some of these snowflakes, and that's a way to just add that next layer of design that finishes it off after the stenciling. So it could be subtle tone-on-tone stamping like we did in our previous video in this series, or you can really just, this is a great time to add some snowflakes. Now I'm working on just a single card panel, which I can then add to a card base. I also added some die cut snowflakes. That's another option if you don't want to do the painted snowflakes, just add some die cut snowflakes on there as well. Now here is an alternative with that same stamp set using the cutout dies, so combining it with some frames, some torn paper at the bottom, but you can see it's so versatile. So here's the card that we stamped in the video, the simple 1-layer card from Stamp to Stunning, and then I'll use that same stamp and the cutout dies to create a layered scene. You can see that the stamps, the ones we did in the video, are 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 inches, and then these are 5 by 7. So just adding those frames and mixing it up, it's just so fun, and to keep finding new and more ways to use that same stamp set. It's really versatile. So if you stay tuned here at the end, I'm also going to share lots more cards with you using this Winter Trees stamp set, and there will be a link, like I said, to a blog post that shows each individual card photo and exactly what was used on each card. So here's the same stamp set, the Winter Trees, with the frame. So we saw them stamped on the 1 layer, and here they are with the frames. Love adding that torn paper, some subtle background stamping. Here I framed the sentiment, and here I actually put the trees inside of the frame. So lots of different ways. When you start using the cutout dies and some frames, you just open up a lot more possibilities. Now here are more cards with this same stamp set. So on the first card, I kind of kept with that very simple 1-layer style. This one, I actually used a toothbrush, an old toothbrush, to splatter that paint to get that really fine mist of paint. Same thing on this one. I did some masking and created more of an intricate scene using those trees in the background, just stamped in black. Here I used just the top of the trees from the winter tree stamp set to get the look of smaller trees off in the distance. So you can use them that way. These are also great for tucking in with your cutesy stamps. So you can stamp them, use that same technique that we did, but use the cutout dies with them. And they're great for tucking behind your critters, just for that extra something to finish off the cards. So I showed you a lot of cards today. I'd love to know which one is your favorite. Leave me a comment below. Thank you so much for all of your encouraging words. I read them all and appreciate all of the kindness that you share here on our channel. Make sure you're subscribed because we have more videos coming soon. Happy stamping!